The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2024 summer edition of The Local Show. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk with the business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business, why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You're going to hear all about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor, Wills and Trusts. And of course, you can see us on YouTube. Check that out. Give us a like and all that and a follow. And that way the algorithm might serve up one or two of our videos to you regularly. And then you can see things. How you doing there, Steve?
You're very professional, Tom.
Yeah. That's what I'm all about.
Well, I want to say, what an amazing time I had over at your place last week.
Were you there?
I was there in the back.
Was I there?
I ate your beef, your pork, we had, I know that Judy, my wife, she just really enjoyed talking with your daughter and your wife, and
you're the first people. You're the first people we had over on the new patio all summer long.
I really like that. You did all the work. It was all good for me. Everything.
Yeah, it was sitting back, knocking back a few cold ones.
Yeah, and we had some laughs and learned some things about each other's families and things.
That was fun. We have all those peaches you left us.
Yeah, we have good. They're peachy. Yeah, peaches are good this time of year.
My wife loves produce like that. So
there's some guy in a peach truck. Do you hear about that guy that comes up every year?
No,
I've got several.
Maybe I did.
He parks himself on a corner somewhere.
Somebody told me,
and it's
about
like
it, yeah.
it's the old guy with peaches in the pickup truck. And my friend Randy, and different people. They're like, oh, he's scheduled to be here, and it's all that he comes through. It's like a cultic peach following, Tom.
Right, and he says, if you don't like my peaches, why do you shake my tree?
Yeah, as the song goes.
Right. Brenda VanDerhoof, she's here, and she is the author of Gatherings Cookbook. We'll talk with her to start the segments off, and then Joe Scrippa stops by for the Local Show today, owner of Scrippa Group Real Estate and Property Management. Scott Beverly and Fred Sears, the chief and vice president, respectively, of the Moyers Corners Fire Department, will be here, along with Charlie Van Patten, who's the owner of Mattress Makers. Attorney John Murphy, will have a conversation with him. He is the owner of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. Jacob Aitken is the general manager of Rubberstone, New York. Phil Greco is the secretary-treasurer of Viking Cleaning Services. We'll find out all about their new business. And, new to us. Sarah Pellegrini is the owner of Noble Cellar Restaurant here in downtown Syracuse, and she'll wrap up the show. Right now, we say hello to Brenda. How are you, Brenda?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
I thought he was going to say what's cooking, but he didn't.
I left that for him. It can sound fun like that. Brenda, what's your background? Are you from Syracuse?
I'm from Syracuse, born and raised. I graduated from North Syracuse High School.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I won't say how many years ago.
But just to be clear, I know because I know when North Syracuse High School ceased.
Yes.
Because I went to Cicero, and we all hated each other.
Yes.
The rivalries and the whole deal. So, it was
right.
Tom, it was 1970 something.
81.
Oh, it was close. Okay.
Well, I'm class 82, so
80.
No, yeah. So we're all in that same category. But you were post Richard Greer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He wasn't there when you were there. My aunt went there when Richard was there. They're not friends. Anyway, so you're from here, and have you always been an author, or did you have another career before being an author?
No, honestly, I just was a housewife. I raised my kids.
Yeah.
I homeschooled my kids.
Awesome.
And I became plant-based when I was like 20 years old.
Okay.
So it's been about 40 years. And
so the book is about plant-based vegetarian or vegan eating?
It's not purely vegan.
Okay.
We like you better already.
Well, I'll tell you, the reason, there's a couple of reasons why I wrote this book.
Okay.
When I became plant-based, it is definitely a transition And I think that a lot of vegetarian food that's out there doesn't do it justice. And people have a bad attitude about vegetarian food.
Because it's like cooked lousily. Lousily is a word, Tom.
Yeah.
So people think, oh, it's vegan, it's vegetarian, it's boring, because they really didn't have a good shot at it.
Right. It doesn't taste good, and they do have a bad attitude about it. And I think it's justified in a lot of cases.
Right.
And also, I think a lot of vegetarian food is very complicated to make. It's like gourmet, small portions. It's very difficult, and it's not practical, and it's not delicious.
Does cheese count?
Yes, cheese is it's in the cookbook, but it's small. Cheese is like meat. It's a very concentrated food, and it's hard for your body to digest. So it's better to not have gobs and gobs of it.
Should tell that to my Labrador.
Yes, I know. So, anyways, I made this cookbook so that it's very delicious, very practical, and usable for a family.
What's your favorite recipe in here?
My new favorite recipe is the mushroom bolognese.
Okay, so tell me about it.
It is, it goes over rice or noodles. It's very rich, very savory, and absolutely delicious. It's something different. It has some different herbs that I don't always use, so it has a very new flavor to it. There's a nice variety of recipes in here, and it's very family friendly. It's what I did to raise my family, and they all.
And this is a real book. You know, there are books, and then there are books. This is like hardcover.
It's a hardcover.
Like what, a couple hundred pages here?
300
pages and change. Color pictures on the inside.
There's also a bunch of articles. I had a health food store about 15 or 20 years ago, and I wrote health articles for the local newspaper, and I incorporated the very best ones in the cookbook, and there's a lot of good information. In the beginning also, there's about meal planning and ingredients you're not familiar with. Also, there's a lot of handy hints like how to make bread and pies, things that cooks find very challenging. All the good hints are in here. It's the book I wish I had.
Yeah, women are more prone to cook. We all like to do it, and we all like to eat. So this is based family eating. So there's a personal part here. This isn't on the go, put in the microwave for 2 minutes and go.
No.
This is trying to maybe create a culture. Is that what your heart is on here?
What it is it's making a healthier diet much more easily attainable to families. And women are busy, right? If you have a family and you don't have 3 hours to fix supper, these are things that aren't going to take 3 hours. It's a real, practical, usable handbook.
Listeners have a question burning in their soul.
Yes.
Can I cook any of these in an Instapot?
Yes.
Because that's the gift that keeps on giving at our house. So some of these things are based that way, or slow cookers?
Yeah, there's not a chapter on slow cookers, but it's very usable, very user friendly.
Do you have a follow-up to the book, or is this the only book you've written?
Oh, it's the only book. This is my life's work, to be honest.
I cannot believe, a bunch of years ago, Tom, did you know Mom put a cookbook together? A family cookbook?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she self-published it, and it was this thing, and it was fun, and it's family, it's the cousins, whatever, it's yellow. But it's quite an endeavor. There's a lot to it that you don't realize.
It's a huge process.
Because things are assumed.
Right,
like, this is the way we did it, it's the way Grandma did it, but you have to put things in metrics. And
any recipes with chickpeas? I like my chickpeas and hummus.
Yes, and one of my favorite things is chickpea tuna. It's like tuna fish,
really?
Only you just coarsely chop the garbanzo beans and then you make it like tuna fish. And honestly, you barely can tell the difference.
Chop them up too much, you got hummus, Tom.
Exactly, you can't go wrong with it.
So, YouTube listeners, I'm holding up the book. It is lovely. It's the real deal here, and 300 pages of color and recipes and things. If they want to get it, I think they can send you an email. If I say gatheringscookbook@gmail.com, did I say that right?
Yes, you did. It's also on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
All right, so the name's important, Gatherings Cookbook.
And VanDerhoof.
And VanDerhoof. Put those in, you're going to find it. But they could email you if they wanted to, right?
Absolutely.
Or go on Amazon and all those other fun places. And
beautiful.
That'd be great.
Well, best of luck with your book, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Joe Scrippa. He's the owner of the Scrippa Group, Real Estate and Property Management, here on the local show on 570 WSYR.